Well, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. Now, I'm not really seeing you, but I do know that today is day 14 of April Number Corner, right? So let's take a look at what is on tap for today. Today, we have our calendar grid update and our calendar collector update. So make sure you remember we have 14 3/4 of an hour and 14 3/4 of a dollar, and fill up those totals in those rows, please. For our calendar grid, our marker is over here, right? Let's go ahead and figure that we have this many units in length, this many units in width, and this many units in height. Make sure you clearly use centimeters cubed in your final answer, because when figuring out our volume, we are always using centimeters cubed. Today we're going to do another problem string. Woohoo! This is only the 27th problem string in Number Corner. I mean, can you believe it? But when you add that to the number of Number Corner or problem strings that we did in our regular lesson, I think that brings it to about 10,000 problem strings in 5th grade math. Holy cow. But anyway, this one's going to be a good one. At least we'll cross our fingers and hope so. So go ahead and get out your notebooks so that we can begin doing our problem strings. So today what we have are candy bars again, just like our last problem string, and we're going to be sharing them with our friends, right? Last time we were sharing parts of a whole candy bar. Now we're going to be breaking parts of a candy bar into parts. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. I am going to insert a little text box because that makes things easier for me to write over here. So our first one says, I have 1/3 of a candy bar and I will share it with my friend. Well, that's really nice. That's not very much of a candy bar, but if you're going to share it with your friend, at least you're going to share your friend. So there's two of us. Share 1/3 of a candy bar with to share 1/3 of the candy bar. How much does each person get? So, I have 1/3 of a candy bar, and I'm going to divide that by, and I have to use the slash here, by 2. I'm going to divide 1/3 of a candy bar by 2. So what does that mean? Well, let's use our handy dandy lines, and we want to make sure we put our lines in on our candy bar so that it shows 1/3, right? Not equal 1/3. We don't want to jip our friends any candy bar. And then we have two friends. So if we have two friends, we're going to divide it in half, right? Because somebody gets the top part and somebody gets the bottom part. There we go. So how much does each friend get? So if this is our third and we're dividing it in half, each person's going to get, have you figured it out yet? 1/6. All right, so now let's take a look at our next one. It says, I have 1/3 of a candy bar again, and he's going to share it with two of his friends. So there are 3 people in total sharing 1/3 of that candy bar. That does not, hopefully it's a really big candy bar, and we don't have to worry about the amount that everyone's getting. But now I'm taking that same candy bar that I've divided into thirds already, and I'm going to share it into thirds, right? Between 3 friends. So I'm going to use this third. This is already gone, so don't even pay attention to this. This is just going to help us with a total number or a denominator. Over here, it's each one of us gets one of these parts. One of those parts is what? Well, first things first, we have to write our problem. So 1/3 divided by 3 of us, right? Because there happens to be 3 friends sharing 1/3 of a candy bar, and that equals 1/9. Because if I count all of these pieces, there are 9 pieces, and each one of us only gets one of those pieces. Awesome. All right. So it says, I have one half of a candy bar. I will share it with two friends. So there's three of us sharing two or one half of a candy bar. Well, there's three friends, correct? And if we change this to one half, there we go. Oh, I should increase that a little bit more. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at what our problem is, right? What are we asking? We are sharing a half a candy bar with three people. So how much is each? So this is the half that we're sharing. How much is each person getting? Did you say 1/6? I hope so, because that's exactly how much each person's getting. All right, so now I still have that same half of a candy bar, but I'm going to share it with three friends. Three friends, man, I hope this candy bar is pretty good. How much does each person get? Well, man, I think I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit more. There's my half a candy bar. There's this line. Maybe I'm going to have to copy that line and add another break. Divide that in half, and then move this one down just a little bit. Maybe move it up a little bit more. There you go. So now we have, so what is our math problem, right? I have one half of a candy bar, and I'm going to share it, or I'm going to divide it into four pieces. What do you suppose my answer might be? Well, 1/8. That's what it looks like to me, right? Because there are 8 pieces here, and each person only gets one. All right, so then it says I have 1/5 of a candy bar, and I want to share it with one friend. 1/5 of a candy bar. So I think it's just easier for me to just copy this one and then make another one, and I will just add. There you go. So now I've cut my candy bars into fifths. And since I have two friends, I have to divide my candy bar in half. So again, I have 1/5 of a candy bar, and I'm dividing that by two people. So how much would each person get? Right? We're going to get 1/10 of a candy bar. Whoa. That is kind of small, right? Whew, that's not very fun because this is 1/5 right up here, and we're dividing that in half. So the rest of this candy bar was already eaten. I bet you it was eaten by your sister or something, maybe your little brother, but most likely your dad. Yeah, I know. Or the dog, but make sure it's a small candy bar because I think dogs don't like chocolate. No, they love chocolate. They just can't eat chocolate, right? So anyway, we have 1/10 of a candy bar. Last one. It says, I have 1/5 of a candy bar and I will share it with three of my friends. So that makes four altogether. Whoa. Now we're kind of making this candy bar or these pieces really, really small. So there are my four friends. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1/4 or 1/5 of a candy bar. Let's now see how big we have. We have 1/5 of a candy bar that we are dividing by four people. And what is the total that each person is going to get? Remember, this is the 1/5, and then we're breaking this 1/5 into four pieces. So each person's going to get 1/20 of a candy bar. I think if I would only get 1/20 of a candy bar, I'd just tell my friends to keep that candy bar. Yeah, it won't make sense unless it's one of those big Easter rabbit ones. Those would be kind of cool. I could get 1/20 of that because that might be like an ear or something. But anyway, I hope everything's going well. I hope your problem strings are working its way out. You understand the relationship of dividing fractions by whole numbers. It's kind of a fun thing to do, and it's real easy when you draw it all out. If you have any questions with this, contact your teacher and set up a meeting with them. If not, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep up the great work and enjoy math.